Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and I'm going to be transplanting another plant. Okay, so what we got going on here is my wandering Jew died. I opened the window and forgot, and it got burnt by cold air. But what I want to do is I want to plant this in the hanging basket along with the little guy we rescued who looks really rough. So I'm going to get some water, and then I'm going to use this pot to transplant another plant. Okay, so bear with me. I got to get my fingers in the dirt. Okay, we are all set up here. Now, this is actually a pot inside a pot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump. Okay, let's get you guys just a little bit closer here. Now I'm going to dump a lot of this dirt from, let's get these off of here for the moment. Then we don't have to work around them. These actually come off, folks. All right. So we're just going to dump this in here, leaving some in the bottom. Alrighty. And then we're going to take Buddy here, drop him or her, them, down in here. Well, you know what? I'm going to bust this up a bit, I think. I'm going to bust this up a bit. So now we're just going to take this pile of roots here, set it down in here. Organizing all of this, and then we're going to take our wee rescue. There's actually 3 or 4 plants in this poor little rat. Howie, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants in that. How do they expect that to live? Poor thing. So now we're just going to tuck him right down in the midst of its new family. Go down in there, and you need to come up in here. And now I'm going to start putting soil in and around. Use Buddy's cup here. I'm going to stick my finger down right down in his roots. Kind of break them up a little bit. Get some fresh soil down in there. This is what stops me, folks. All right. This is what stops me from starting seeds too early. Is doing stuff like this. What the heck is going? Oh, look at you. Alrighty. So I'm just going to tuck you down. You know what? I'm going to cut you right off. Right there. Uh-oh. There we go. And I'm going to peel these 2 leaves off. And then I'm going to tuck him right down in there to give encouragement to the little fella we got from Home Depot. Alrighty. He gets the water first. Now, these are really easy. See, if you can see, here are roots that are just looking for soil. They're not roots yet, but if you just tuck them like so, down into the soil, water them, and they will grow more growth. They will do more, they will put roots down. Okay? Give everybody a good water. You make sure nobody's roots are sitting in a pocket of air. That will kill them. Deed. All right, now we're going to put this back on here, like this. And over here, and then we're going to go get Daddy to put up a hook. And then we're going to go get our other plant, Jim. And we're going to transplant him. Look at how happy this plant is. And how much you watch. Where's our little buddy? You watch that little poor limp plant. They'll come back like crazy. Especially since it's got a family to welcome it. This is James. Now, this is one of the plants I rescued from the house Arthur was renovating. And now we're gonna work on Jim. We're gonna call this one Jim. You know why we're gonna call this one Jim? Because Leona, or Nan's last husband's name was Jim, and he had one of these plants that used to be his mother's. And it was in a little pot, and he said, I'll bring you down a bit. He said, I just stuck a fork in it, chopped it up, and look at this. Oh my God, these are, look, just a little wee baby still trying. Okay, so, and I don't know if you remember, but its roots went around and around and around inside the pot, and it was basically living on air and water. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. So I'm gonna now kind of take it apart a little bit because I had put it in a bigger pot. This, when I rescued it, was this little guy here was just a little button. He was just a little point coming out. So let's have a look and see what's going on here. Because yeah, I believe I have 3 plants here. And they're kind of crowded, and that's fine. But you know what? I am going to repot them into 3 different plants. See, it's like a rhizome almost. See, it's one big root. And I don't know if you guys remember, but it had roots going round and round inside this really shallow pot. So I am going to say, okay, I'm just going to take a sharp knife, and as quickly as possible, I'm just going to cut this little baby off. And then in the center between the other 2, I'm going to cut them apart. Now, I'm going to get some water, and I'm going to put them in water while I work. All right, here I've got a cup of water, and I'm just going to set these guys into it because I don't want them too shocked from being cut like that. See? There we go. All right, let's start with the little fella. Now I'm going to add potting soil to this mix. This is actually what I don't start my seeds in it, but I use it for my seedlings when I'm growing for the garden. It's organic, and it's usually reserved for vegetable starts. But we want to give these guys as good a start as possible, right? So let's take, there we go, I'm just gonna tuck this in here like this. Just put soil around it. There we go. Give you a Little drink, baby. Set you over here. Now, I don't mind using different soils and reusing soils from other pots as long as I add fresh to it, because different plants take different things from the soil, so you know they're still good in the soil, right? Okay, there we go. We're just gonna tuck you down in there like that. There we go, baby. And an interesting fact about the Sansevieria plant. Sansevieria, or sword plant, or mother-in-law's tongue, is one of the, don't take my word for it, you Google it. It's one of the few plants that produces oxygen at night. And so it's a good plant to have in your bedroom. There we go. James just became a family. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I got my hands in the dirt. Not the greatest time of day to see this, but there's our new one. And you can see Buddy's already starting to perk up a little bit. Here are our sword plants. And now I have 3 of them, and they've all been given a good given a good drink of water, and they're all loving the winter sunshine. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, when you gotta get your fingers in the dirt, but it's too early to start seeds. Repot your plants. Take care, God bless.